Husband and sister slept together while I was giving birth and sent me a picture to rub it in. Now she's pregnant and begging me to forgive her because my ex-husband wants nothing to do with her. I was in labor for 19 hours with our daughter Rose. The contractions were unbearable and I kept asking the nurses when Greg would be back. My husband said he needed to grab something from the car around 2 a.m. He never came back. While I was pushing during the final stretch, completely exhausted and scared, my phone buzzed on the hospital tray. I couldn't look at it right away because I was focused on bringing my baby into the world, but when I finally grabbed it during a break between contractions, I saw a photo of him and my sister Jenna in our bed, the one we'd picked out together 3 years ago. The caption said, "Finally upgraded." I stared at that photo, trying to process what I was seeing while a nurse was telling me to push. I had Rose at 3:47 a.m., alone. The nurses kept asking where my husband was, and I couldn't speak. I just kept staring at that photo on my phone, trying to understand how two people I loved could coordinate this level of cruelty. They planned this. They knew I'd be vulnerable, that I'd be in the worst pain of my life, and they still chose that exact moment to destroy me. Greg showed up the next morning around 9 a.m. with Starbucks, like nothing happened. He was actually smiling, asking if I wanted a latte. Before he could hand it to me, I told him to get out. He looked confused, then annoyed. He actually had the audacity to say I was overreacting and being hormonal. That's when I showed the photo to my nurse Jennifer, who I'd been talking to all night. Her face went pale and she immediately called security. Greg tried arguing with the security guards, saying this was a misunderstanding and that I was his wife, so he had a right to be there. Jennifer stepped in and told them about the photo. They escorted him out while he was yelling about how I'd regret this and that I was keeping his daughter from him. I found out later he'd been texting Jenna the entire time, asking if she thought I'd actually leave him over this. Jenna texted me 2 weeks later saying it was just a mistake, that they were both drunk and it didn't mean anything. I blocked her number without responding. Then she started showing up at my parents' house every few days, crying and begging them to make me forgive her. She'd tell them that families should stick together no matter what. My dad, who'd always babied her and made excuses for her behavior our whole lives, finally saw her for who she really was. He told her to leave and never come back. My mom was harder to convince. She kept saying that Jenna was still my sister and that I should at least hear her out. I asked Mom if she'd forgive Dad if he did the same thing. She went quiet and never brought it up again. 6 months passed. I was finally starting to feel okay, building a life with just me and Rose. I'd started a new job, made friends with other single moms at daycare, and Rose was thriving. I barely thought about Greg or Jenna anymore. Then last week, Jenna called from my mom's phone. I picked up thinking it was Mom checking in on Rose. Jenna was sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. She kept saying she was pregnant, that she was 12 weeks along and Greg won't answer any of her calls or texts. He'd apparently told her it was just physical, nothing serious, and that he never wanted a relationship with her. She said he'd blocked her on everything after she told him about the pregnancy. He'd even told her he wished she'd just disappear. She kept repeating, "You're my sister, I need you, please help me," over and over. I let her talk for a full minute, just listening to her panic. Then I asked her calmly where my sister was the night I gave birth to Rose. Where was my sister when I needed her most? She went completely silent, except for her crying. Then I said the exact same words she'd texted me that night while I was in labor. I finally upgraded. I told her to have Mom's boyfriend drive her to her appointment since she clearly needs a man to function. Then I hung up and blocked my mom's number too for letting her use her phone to ambush me. My dad called an hour later saying he was proud of me and that he'd already told Mom she needs to choose between enabling Jenna or having a relationship with her granddaughter. Rose deserves better than toxic people in her life. I'm not holding my breath on Mom's decision, but at least someone finally chose me.